GTA 6 is going to be hands down the greatest piece of digital media ever produced. From the graphics in trailer 1 and 2 to it being a cultural moment where everybody's going to pause their lives temporarily and dedicate themselves to this virtual world. Only one game studio in the world can do this, and its name is the Rockstar North. But here's what nobody's talking about. The game won't live up to previous titles in terms of storytelling. The reason why is 2 words: Dan Houser. Dan was Rockstar's co-founder and lead writer. He wrote Grand Theft Auto 4, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, and every other major Rockstar title for over 20 years. His creative process was unique. On the Lex Friedman podcast in October of 2025, Dan described how he'd lock himself in his room with pizza and Diet Coke, take pages of notes for months, then disappear to a cabin in upstate New York and write all night to meet his deadline. But what separated Dan from other writers was that he wrote from personal experience. On the podcast, when discussing what made Nico and Liberty City so different, he discussed how he was living in New York City and wasn't sure if he was happy as a new immigrant to America. And at the time, Rockstar almost imploded due to dramas such as Hot Coffee with San Andreas, as well as trying to find the underbelly of New York from the perspective of an immigrant. That's why GTA 4 is so memorable. Nico Bellic's story, this immigrant chasing the American dream and finding emptiness, came from Dan's real lived experience. Here's the problem: Dan Houser had zero involvement in writing GTA 6. Dan's last day at Rockstar was March 11th of 2020. According to insider reports, which are unconfirmed but credible, Dan pitched 3 different GTA 6 stories between 2016 to 2019. Take-Two rejected all of them as too dark. One involved drug smuggling between North and South America. After the last rejection in 2019, Dan took his break and eventually left. He is now running Absurd Adventures, his own studio, with ex-Rockstar executives and writers. The issue is that it's not just Dan. It's the entire creative team that made these titles we love, and what most gamers agree is the greatest story in video game history, Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, on Lex Friedman, when asked, what are the elements that made the game truly special? His main reason was that it was an incredibly strong team that had been in place sometime between 2001 and 2006, and how a smaller group of these people had the opportunity to help since day one before all of Rockstar's global studios were working on it. These following people also were the reason these games were so special. They include Leslie Benzies. He ran Rockstar North and architected the blueprints for 3D Rockstar titles and ensured huge projects weren't delayed more than they already were, which is an issue we're seeing again and again with GTA 6. Laszlo Jones left in 2020 to join Dan at Absurd Adventures. He created all the radio stations, commercials, talk shows, pedestrian dialogue, and satire. Every GTA game where you turned on the radio and heard Americana being satirized, or overheard a funny NPC interaction in Vinewood in GTA 5 or San Andreas, he was the reason for that. Next, VP of Writing Michael Unsworth, for 16 years, co-wrote major titles, and he left in 2023 to join Dan at Absurd Adventures. And lastly, an example of this shift in style was Imran Sarwar, the director of design at Rockstar North. He left in 2019 because Rockstar wanted to change its workplace culture to have less crunch and harsh conditions as they saw during Red Dead 2's pipeline. He was essentially forced out of the company due to being accused of bullying devs, and this leads to the issue. The entire creative brain of Rockstar's golden era was gone before GTA 6 even fully started production. After the Red Dead 2 crunch controversy, Rockstar made a big push to become what PC Gamer called a more progressive and compassionate workplace. That's why Imran Sarwar was forced out. He represented the old Rockstar culture of brutal deadlines and harsh conditions. Don't get me wrong, GTA 6 will be the most impressive open world game ever made, but the story, I don't think it'll touch GTA 4 or Red Dead 2, because those games were built under a different culture that prioritized the product before everything else. Rockstar changed. They used to be the villain of gaming, hot coffee, violence, controversies, pushing boundaries. Now they're a massive public company that has to play it safe. I'm as hyped for GTA 6 as the next Die Hard fan, but I'm keeping expectations a little bit lower than usual for this story. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to let me know what you think in the comments, as this is quite a controversial topic.